Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 44 of our commentary for Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Last time, we entered the Palace of Shadow and came face to face with Gloomtail,
I'm getting deja vu.
one of many bosses from the found within the end game of Thousand Year Door. And today we're going to be taking him on.
Wait, Bobbery, how do you know about
Grimy
that?
toes.
Yeah, how does Bobbery remember anything about Hooktail?
I guess
filled him
maybe
in.
like Goombella's just been sort of talking about it.
Okay, you joined at the right time, dude. The dragon wanted us to smell its feet. It was really weird.
I'll gnaw on your bones.
What?
You missed the
Am I the
weird
only one who's
stuff.
gonna comment on Bobbery specifically commenting on Gloomtail's toes?
No, he was talking about Hooktail as though he remembered it,
Oh.
Yeah.
which he has no reason to.
Man, these writers suck.
There Bobbery goes, straight for the toes.
I mean, they look rather yellow.
Holy
can't be
80 HP.
Yeah, Gloomtail is basically a souped-up version of Hooktail, if you couldn't already tell, with I think one extra attack and a lot of extra attack and defense. Also, you have no attack FX badge to make the fight easier, so you gotta win for real this time. But thankfully, we have the almighty Supernova to take a big chunk out of his health right out of the gate. So,
This is like cheating.
Yeah. It's like, well, it's like using Hierophant Green, so.
It never
No.
misses.
yeah, as I believe I mentioned in the previous part, this was the fight that ended my level
Childhood?
0 run. Not because I lost to it, but because I basically spent all of my items trying to live through this fight. With only 10 HP.
You know, I never asked this before, but you know, for a portly Italian guy, like Mario's really good at doing backflips and
Yeah,
shit.
he's quite sprightly. He's sprite-lightly.
I don't know if this is actually the case, but it looks like there's an overlapping line on the foot, and it's really bothering me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I see it.
Where?
I think it might just be like a foreground element and a background element, like weird.
Damn, that's
camera position.
artistic license.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely the case.
Much Ado About Gloomtail's Toes, episode 44. Yeah, lots of damage coming out of this boss. Also, if you
8 turns.
to blatantly describe what just happened, the breath does not burn you in this fight; it poisons you. Although I don't think Hooktail's breath can burn you. Now that I think about it, it's just themed to fire. It's not actual fire.
Instead of smelly feet, he's got smelly breath. That's the only thing he can eat down here in the underground is garlic, because there's no sunlight.
Yeah, I guess whoever's in charge of this palace was a big fan of garlic.
Yeah.
Is this Wario's
So it couldn't
castle?
have been Dracula then.
This is where the future Wario games are locked away.
There's a
Yeah,
Wario
that's the badge
werewolf.
that gives us an advantage over Gloomtail, the Wario emblem. It makes us immune to garlic.
Yeah, the treasure locked away behind the Thousand Year Door is Super Wario Galaxy.
Instead of collecting power stars, you collect power garlic cloves.
Powered gems.
Can
You
you
collect
imagine
the Chaos Emeralds.
someone making a mod for Mario Galaxy that just turns him into Wario, and then just watching that extra large derriere fly through the stargates, and then whenever he launches out of the little star shooters, instead of going wahoo, you just hear the fart sound. Just
Taste my true power, by which I mean swap to Vivian and just ignore the attack.
Yeah. Yeah, there's really only one thing to do when he pulls out the Mega Breath. Or as Rich Evans would call it, the Mega Breath!
so
It's my favorite band.
did they did they review this game when they were doing the games?
No, there's an old previously recorded video where Rich plays through the first couple gyms of, I forget if it was Fire Red or Leaf Green, but he was basically trying to prove that, JRPGs are bad because he
man.
could just spam one attack repeatedly and win. So he was taking on Misty's gym with just his Charmander, and he beat all of her Pokemon with Mega Punch.
I mean, I recently made it through Nessa's gym in Sword using only Bite on my Dreadnought, so...
Yeah.
Nessa,
Well,
who's
that
that?
especially angers me, because like I said in the previous part, I recently replayed Leaf Green, and I had a Pikachu for that gym, and I lost like 3 times.
Yeah, that's the gym that when I was a kid, the Misty Gym, I feel like I haven't told the story on GCG, but I didn't know that the Nugget Bridge existed, and I just never found it in my travels. And you can't get back to Mount Moon once you're in that city. And I had nothing that was super effective versus water types. So I just went to that patch of sand where there's like sand slashes and grinded all of my Pokemon up to like level 25 and then just beat her with levels.
I feel so bad for past Nick.
See, I did the same thing, except in yellow. Because I got through Viridian Forest without realizing that you could catch Mankey before Viridian Forest in yellow. So what I ended up doing is just grinding up Pikachu until he learned Slam, and just desperately trying to beat Brock with Slam.
Now, I just realized, was most of past Nick's hardships just from missing load zones in games?
I mean... Yeah, that doesn't sound too off
Missed
base.
Nugget Bridge, missed the door to the boss in the water temple.
Yeah, I don't think Nick has told that story on GCG either. How he got lost in the boss fight room for Shadow Link.
Yeah,
yeah.
so...
You know, the one that's just a square room with 2 doors.
Yeah, well, see, I didn't see the second door, so I was like, okay, there must have been like something that unlocked further back in the dungeon, right? And so I leave through the door I come in through, and I spend like hours trying to find anything new, and eventually I'm just like, I'll do
This
other
game's
things.
too hard for me.
And so I never beat Ocarina.
Oh yeah, check this out.
Nice.
Wait, did he turn into like a skeleton?
He turned into the companion cube.
Oh,
Double
nice.
star points.
I feel like it's more likely to do the increased star points thing when... Actually, I was gonna say I feel like it's more likely that it does the increased star points thing when you fight a boss. But I think the way it works, at least in the first one, is that it's like... It rolls every turn or every few turns to see like what the effect is, and once it hits like increased star points, then that's like what you get for that battle.
Yeah, I could believe that it's like geared toward at least for like chapter 8, that it's geared toward double experience for boss fights, because that's not the only time that happens to me.
What is it with these dragons
during this
and
dungeon.
having their death throw be spitting something out?
They like to
I don't
eat
know,
stuff.
but you do have a point. That does happen with all 3 of them, including the one I'm not going to show.
There's a third dragon.
Yeah, Bonetail in the pit of the final boss of the Pit of 100 Trials.
Shouldn't they have called him Drytail?
No.
I would have called him Calcium Rump.
You should apply for a job at Treehouse, Trey.
Yes.
At Trey House. There's gonna be some changes around here, boys. First of all, the name.
Listen here, that's
Gotta go.
top-notch meme.
By the way, it's implied that I fought all the enemies in that hallway that I avoided the first time through.
Can you fit under that bridge thing in tube form?
Tube? I don't know.
There's like
Kinda
6
doubt
ultra
it.
shrooms like hidden. We didn't think anyone would actually try it. There's a lot of stuff like that in Mario Odyssey where there are areas that you can only get to using like really advanced
By rolling
okay,
up
not
into a tube?
speed not speedrun tech, but like just general movement tech in that game, where if you can get up on top of certain places, they hide like mountains of coins
Oh, yeah.
that you can get.
But Joe, Tech is dead. He gave his last bit of power to get us off the moon.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
He'll come back with a cyborg body. He'll be Tech 9000.
Yeah, he comes back with like giant
Cyborg
arms
ninja.
and like buff robotic arms and legs.
Yeah.
He comes back
beat
and
up
begs for
The
Mario
evil
to
final
kill him.
boss.
Oh God. Don't come back, Tech. Enjoy your well-earned retirement.
He kicks down the door and knocks Grotus's block off.
No one has been able to give me...
He's like the Ginginator of this game.
I'm my own computer now, Grotus.
No one has been able to give me a solid fight since our last encounter, Mario. Hate me. Hate me.
I really like the this is the area we're in right now is called the Riddle Tower, which, as I said, is basically the halfway point of the Palace of Shadow. But I really like this part because it's not super combat heavy. You've just kind of got these basically 8 rooms of fairly simple puzzles, but I don't know. They kind of put all your partners to use and give you a little breather in the middle of the dungeon because
Fairly simple. Fairly simple.
the enemies okay, like brain dead easy.
I mean, that's not where I was going. If you know, you know.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, the enemy encounters will really burn you out during this dungeon, especially if it's your first time through. So I kind of like that this part mixes it up a little bit and gives you a break right in the middle. What about you guys? Do you like the Tower of the Riddles?
Wow! Hola! Soy Nicolás!
Riddler's Tower?
Wait a minute.
What's going on?
Can you point us in the direction of the palace key? Good!
Are you... Is that Dora the Explorer?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, we don't get the mouse cursor on the screen until Super
Yeah.
Paper Mario.
Yeah, because unlike Trey, I actually record my games from real hardware.
I was making a joke about Tippy.
Oh yeah.
Wait, did he have a name in Dora?
No, it was literally. I don't know why, but Dora the Explorer was framed as like you're watching it on like a computer or something, and you're clicking.
Yeah, it's like a point and click computer game.
I remember that, but you said Tippy.
Well, yeah, I was making a joke about Tippy and Super Paper
Oh,
Mario.
and Super, alright.
Yeah, the Dora the Explorer chapter of Super Paper Mario
because
was really out of left
cursor,
field.
yeah.
I don't mean to alarm you guys, but the pork chops are done.
Now, Trey,
They smell
I don't
great.
mean
Trey,
to...
this is my playthrough. You're not getting up to make pork chops.
Now, Trey, I don't mean to alarm you, but I've just been alerted to the presence of boogeyman or boogeymen in this house. Ah!
Trey, go get your pork chops out.
I already did.
Oh, so that's why he didn't respond when I was like talking crap about his emulator Let's Plays.
Oh, God.
Hey, maybe it's for the better.
Maybe, yeah. Our friendship can continue.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Until I watch this on Monday or Wednesday.
Y'all, I have a very...
Oh, don't worry,
important-
Trey. It'll be late like most of these other episodes.
I have a very important question. Are your fingernails on one hand like different shapes than your fingernails on the other?
I'm sorry.
I mean, technically,
Like, to a notable degree?
we're not perfectly symmetrical creatures, so that's probably true. Why are we talking
Perfectly
about?
symmetrical?
Is this
Well, because-
Nick, we're not talking about these kinds of riddles?
Yeah, well, look, I just looked down at my thumb, and one of my thumbnails, like, inside the thumb, not the part that grows out, is twice as long as the other one.
Yeah.
Like-
Thumbs are like that.
What's going on? This is weird.
There's some disturbing imagery for the viewers at home.
In an alternate universe, this part of the final dungeon, instead of the Tower of Riddles, it's
It's the Tower of Thumb Thumbs.
The Tower of Mildly Unnerving Facts.
Tower of Body Horror.
The Tower of the Thumb Thumbs from Spy Kids 1 and 2.
Have you ever looked
Oh
at
god, that was horrifying for 7-year-old Joe.
Mario just walks into a room. He just reads a sign that's like, have you ever looked in the mirror and noticed that one of your eyes is slightly higher up than the other? It's like,
God.
Well,
Oh,
oh.
So wait, are all of
It's a
these
go,
rooms
Vivian.
are all these rooms designed to be useful to one of your party members?
Pretty much.
yeah, it's basically like a party member roll call for the end of the game.
Roll
except for
call.
Bella.
So the only one who doesn't get one is like Miss Mouse.
Well, you could use Goombella, if you actually need her to solve these puzzles for some reason.
Mickey, Donald, Goofy,
And the rest.
here on Gilligan's Isle.
Here on Mario's Palace.
I think that's the wrong title. It should be Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Palace of Shadow. Man, I'm happy with the Luigi's Mansion 3 we got, based on the 2 hours I've played it, but how awesome would it have been if they actually made a game out of the Simon Belmont reveal trailer, Luigi's Castle, where you just fight Castlevania enemies and Dracula at the end.
Dude, I need more...
God. And Death just kills Luigi straight up.
I need more games like the ones where Crash and Spyro switched worlds.
Oh yeah, Crash Purple and Spyro
Yeah,
Orange.
you know what they could do that with? They could have been doing with that with over a decade, but they for some reason haven't.
Mario
It's
and
a proper
Sonic at
Mario
the Olympic
and Sonic
Games.
Platform game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe, have you not played Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games?
I actually, you know what? I think I played the first one at a friend's house when I was in middle school.
Right.
But ever since then, I haven't. I listen to the music occasionally, but.
And I suppose
played
Mario
much
and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games is right out on your list of things that you've played.
Yeah,
Not
I
a
mean,
chance.
come on now. Who would play a garbage game like that? I actually have no idea whether any of the games.
The Mario
are
and
good or
Sonic Olympic Games are surpingly fun.
They seem like they're very all right.
They're games that really
Good wholesome fun, but
Yeah.
not
They're
probably
very
as good as they
alt-right.
should be.
No, Trey, they're not that. They're games that you would play with a friend maybe, or spend a couple hours on maybe every week or so. But they're not sit down and invest a bunch of hours in playing them games. Unless you're the kind of child I was, in which case they totally are. I think I spent 4 hours in a row once playing ping pong on on one of the DS ones.
Join us next month for our entire Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games playthrough series.
We're doing the whole
We're going
series,
through
just
every
like with
single
Metal
one
Slug.
of them.
So yeah, to get back to what's happening in the game. So the puzzle there was that by advancing to the right, like we have been the whole dungeon, we end up at a dead end where Gloomtail is. So we have to go back, solve the puzzle of the Riddle Tower, and solve the puzzle of the Riddle Tower in order to advance further into the palace.
The Riddle Tower.
So there you go.
Riddles in the dark. I'm disappointed that one of the riddles wasn't "What have I got in my pocket?"
Yeah, what if the game just locks up because you can't complete it?
It's the L emblem, which you should put on in combination with the W emblem.
What have I got in my pocket is what happens if you pirate the game and the game detects that it's being pirated.
Right.
You just can't complete it.
Well, join us next time where we confirm that we didn't pirate Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.